This is the story of a man-eating bear, the bear of Mysore. The sloth bear of Mysore was an unusually aggressive Indian sloth bear, responsible for the deaths of 14 people and the mauling of 24 others in 1957. It was eventually hunted and killed by Kenneth Anderson, who described it in his memoirs Man-Eaters and Jungle Killers. There were many reasons given to explain the Mysore sloth bear's unusual behavior, varied. Some natives within the bear's killing range thought that the bear was exacting revenge on humanity after her cubs were stolen. Others believe it was a male who had previously abducted a young girl as its mate, only to have her rescued by the villagers, thus inciting the bear's anger. Kenneth Anderson, however, believed in a simpler reason. He would believe that the bear had previously been injured by humans and altered its behavior accordingly, resulting in it lashing out for attacks. The documentation of the first kill. The bear began its attacks in the Nagvara Hills, east of the town of Arsikere, 105 miles northwest of Bangalore in Mysore state. It made its home in the numerous boulder-covered hides and caves, where it would come from to forage surrounding places. As its boldness increased, or its rage based on Kenneth's theory, it began harassing people at all hours of the day and night. No time was safe. In typical sloth bear fashion, the animal attacked its victims' faces with its claws and teeth. Those who survived its attacks usually lost one or both eyes, some their noses, while others had their cheeks bitten through. Those who died often had no face remaining, with some being partially eaten. The hunt for the bear. The bear's depredations were first brought to Kenneth Anderson's attention when a friend of his named Alam Bucks sent him a postcard, urgently asking him to come to his home, a shrine situated between Arsikere and Shimoga. Bucks's 22-year-old son had been fatally mauled by the bear at 9 p.m., having unintentionally disturbed it while it was feeding on fallen figs. Expecting a short and easy hunt, Anderson did not come prepared for a long trip, having brought with him for the hunt just an electric torch, a .405 Winchester rifle, and a single change of clothes. When Anderson arrived at the shrine early in the evening, Anderson planned to wait until darkness to shoot the bear. Starting his search near fig trees, Anderson walked for 1.5 miles without spotting the bear. He then unsuccessfully searched groundnut fields before finally returning to the shrine. Anderson made 2 subsequent tours during the course of the night, both of which proved unsuccessful. At noon the next day, Anderson was taken to the mouth of what was thought to be the bear's cave. After throwing stones into the bear's home with no results, Anderson returned to Bangalore, asking Bucks to inform him by telegram should the bear attack again. 1 month later, 2 woodcutters in Sakrapatna, a small town between Chikmagalur and Kadur, were seriously mauled by the bear, one fatally. Anderson was contacted by the district forest officer of Chikmagalur, who requested that Anderson come and shoot the bear. Anderson requested precise coordinates for the bear's whereabouts, and was answered 10 days later that the bear lived in a hillock 3 miles from the town, near a footpath leading to a lake called the Ayan Kher. It was also revealed that the bear had since mauled the forest guard during a regular patrol. Anderson left for Chikmagalur and set up his headquarters in a small house owned by the Mysore Forest Department. At 4:30 the next afternoon, a man rushed to the bungalow, stating that the bear had mauled his brother, a cattle grazer near the hill where the bear allegedly had his lair. Setting forth with a rifle, a torch, and 3 or 4 helpers, Anderson journeyed 6 miles into the jungle for 1.5 hours before coming across a heavily scrubbed hill. The helpers refused to accompany him any further, and Anderson followed the general directions given by the victim's brother of the attack's location. After searching for a while through the thick brush, Anderson heard the faint moans of the victim, whom he found lying at the foot of a tree, unconscious and severely mutilated. Realizing that the man was dying, Anderson carried him for a short distance before spraining his ankle and collapsing. The victim died at 5 in the morning, and Anderson was found later by forest officials and a dozen villagers. He was hospitalized at Chikmagalur for a week before resuming the hunt. During Anderson's absence, the bear had mauled 2 men along the path of Ayan Kher Lake. Anderson arrived at Sakrapatna, where he was told that the bear had taken to visiting some fields bordered by borum trees a mile from the village. Anderson arrived at the site at 5:00 p.m. and spent the night at the foot of the largest tree, hoping that the bear would come. At roughly 11 p.m., Anderson heard the bear digging for roots in the distance, and an hour later it approached the borum tree. Anderson shone his torch at the bear, which reared up on its hind legs in alarm. Anderson then shot it in the chest, resulting in its death.